right?
So Jace mid, Lilia jungle, Jax top. Yeah.
Jace going into the mid lane is a throwback.
Yeah.
We've seen it a ton with some of these mid laners that are really good at Jace, like Showmaker,
yeah.
Chovy in the past. We even see like Jace Renekton swapped mid game as well. The Rek'Sai will ultimately be the choice here. Was not banned by BNK. Kind of hinted at it with the Gwen ban, as you mentioned earlier. A lot of great setup for the Sejuani. And you have great follow-up to the engage here for the Ziggs. This Lilia has been a bit of a terror. As iconic for him. As speaking of Pyosik,
all right, he got a 2-on-2 here. Clozer is able to land that Q to get out, and Pyosik's just gonna flail the both of them. But at the end of the day, Clozer really had to hard disengage, so no follow-up will come through. Whatever that's called, the magic in the bottle. Life on the Pantheon is just going to get engaged on, as who's ganking who is really the question. The Q3 does come through, but that's Life to go down first, and he even gives the kill over to Vikla, first blood.
Pyosik's trying to deny him this Raptor camp, ironically.
Not going to be successful, but might look for the kill here as it is blocked, but the double Yone over the wall, and that's going to get the kill on the Raptor. Pyozik does have his ult back, and is looking for a play here on a Vikla, who's, I think he just now got his flash. So the timing is impeccable for Vikla in this case. That's the stun. Lots of damage comes in, but Pyozik does not commit. And also got ignited, took a bit of damage. They're going to engage here onto Pyosik, it looks like. Takes a huge amount of damage, and a massive Yone into 3 of them. Clozer nearly dies, and there's 0 follow-up, but it was really cool. And Life goes in, his ult hits nobody, and deokdam is super low, and he's just going to get crit in the face instead. As Clozer, I think he was out, but now he's not. He's dead. It's a double kill to Diablo.
Play with either support. They have a lot of synergy. As he is left alone.
Yeah. I think maybe he doesn't get out, actually. I thought his...
I don't think so.
Yeah, I thought it would full channel, but no. Clear, perhaps in a bit of trouble as the Ziggs is finished, and the Rek'Sai ultimate also comes out, and Pyosik's tanky enough, so nice dive there.
All right, clean dive. Game's still incredibly close.
Oof. Yeah, that's the power of the Jace. I mean, it doesn't have to be jungle, as Clozer's like, hey, maybe I can farm the mid lane.
Playing top lane.
First turret, 13 minutes in. Dudu, you know, generally... Okay, we're going to have to wait for that, as ults are being thrown in every which direction. All 3 of them into Vikla, and the kill is also given over to Clozer. Well, he's about to get ulted on by the Pantheon. Actually, it looks like Life is going to hold on to that for now. And that's totally fine. Flash available here for clear, but the stun comes down, and it's pretty easy doings from there. Although the counter-strike comes in, and he just dies to ignite.
You know, those stats are so low in terms of the games.
This is like a pull bay flank. Like, we are just
Kellen
ages behind, and they seem to have an idea, but maybe, perhaps not, as Clozer taking a huge amount of damage. Clear trying to be relevant in this game, but eventually just dies. Did buy some time for the team, I guess, but the team is not faring any better either, as in goes Dudu, Raptor in a ton of trouble, and Dudu actually is unkillable. Life's trying to beat them into more, as somehow, yeah, Kellen eventually did go back.
Really does matter, especially Pyosik and Dudu.
All right, and now they're going to get a pick on the deokdam, one of the guys who actually is decently farming this one, and he's just dead. Yeah, like you mentioned, I just don't think there's a very good in for BNK, and they're trying to kill Rek'Sai. That's not going to happen. Maybe if they have a lot of time with him, which it looks like they will. There's the shutdown, though, and DNS pulled off the Baron. It was on like 6K. I thought they could have just taken the Baron, but instead, they tried to help out Dudu. Dudu dies.
And it's the old switcheroo.
Yeah.
Life is also going to die. And if it wasn't a Jhin composition, they... Scenario here, Clozer's like, I can 1v1 you, but this is not going to be that kind of fight. Pyosik is looking for an angle here, potentially over the wall.
Yeah, they're trying to set this one up on a clear, but they do it in a counter-strike, and Vikla is here as well. The ult hits the chase, and all of a sudden, Vikla's in a lot of trouble. Life gets over first, as is expected from this Pantheon, and it's a double kill, actually, for the support Pantheon.
Because right now,
my money's on BNK for sure. Right as I say that, the Your Vikla, again, canceled for now, but he is going to be able to flash away. Your Dudu is on his way up, but the collapse is coming in from BNK. Clozer by himself, nothing is hitting. Finally, he's going to go for the QSS, but you would imagine eventually he just goes down. But same fate will go over to Vikla, who dies on the left. Down goes Clozer basically at the same time, and now we're engaging onto the Pantheon, who does throw the shield up, but the Shin, again, is so doing so much damage, needs to actually hit some shots, waits for the stun. Nicely done. And now they're on the chase, and this is where Lilia is so strong. Fights where we're actually setting up, you know, and poking each other, and it makes sense. But it's beginning to make sense a little bit here, as the combo's going to miss here on a Clozer. Pyosik getting super low, and Clear is just getting in there, zoning them all away. The Drake does go the way of Pyosik, but deokdam already down. Raptor gets the Zhonya's out, and that's the sleep on a Clozer right as he goes in. Does land the knock-up, as it's only Dudu, though, at the end of the day, and he is cleaned up. 9,000 damage from Diablo as he goes down, and BNK take a big fight. Possible, and Vikla's actually hitting stuff now, as is Diablo. Jesus! His life has to put up the door, and now we're just throwing ults every which direction, just throwing them off of the wave.
deokdam has to do so much heavy lifting, he's so far behind.
Ooh. And that's the combo, the Jace and the Jhin. You don't get to exist anywhere near the wave. And yeah, they take down the two inhibitors. They're looking for a bit more. You can see that deokdam, really the onus is on him to do some damage. Diablo just kind of tanking everything, flashes away, dies to the Pantheon, and that is a massive pick, and a ton of gold to go over to Light. Is it enough, though, as we still have the Jace? Dudu, though, is going to get in that back line. As you see, they're trying to peel for him desperately. Kellen not quite able to land the stun, but at least they ward BNK off for now.
No longer really a thing.
Diablo, no flash. He's just being bullied once again, and yeah, he does get away, but now he's not really part of this fight all that much. He's trying to back up and land an ult, but they're just gaining distance now, as finally he's able to open up the curtains and does a minuscule. As it is getting pretty low. Pyosik trying to get on into the pit, and there he goes. He's going to be stunned up. They want to turn onto the Sejuani as the smite goes to the Lilia and BNK. Pyosik super low, but he's the tank, soaking a lot of damage. Clear, trying to frontline here, and with the counter-strike, I think it's good enough, but Vikla in a really rough spot, already goes down. Zonya's also already burned here. Raptor barely able to take out the Ziggs, as now the ult comes through. Kellen in trouble. Diablo trying to kite this one out, and I think he just does too much damage, although his frontline is disappearing. He's able to disappear the enemy team.
That was insane from Diablo. He's just like, nah, doesn't matter. To bring it to 5. There were certainly some moments in this game where it looked viable. That Jax looked like it wasn't going to do anything, but the Ziggs alone, not enough damage this far behind.